How's it going out there, everybody? On this video right here, I want to decode the coronavirus for people. And a lot of people don't think this can be decoded. They think it's observed, right? All right, well, we finna decode it real quick for you, okay? And the first thing we need to understand before we start decoding it, we need to understand that America, which is the Romans, which is the Greeks, chose to use this name Corona, okay? The original name for this, which is the Asians made it, is the Wuhan virus. The Wuhan virus don't have nothing to do with the word Corona, okay? So I just wanted to show you guys that first, that they specifically selected this name for this disease. Why? I'm fit to show you why, okay? Now, they might give you their own reason why, but I'm gonna give you the deeper reason why, because it's always connect back into their beliefs and their religions and their deities, because this is how they work. You see what I'm saying? So basically, the coronavirus is the word chronos, okay? It's chronos. Now, that's one of the words that it's decoded to is chronos. The other word that it's decoded to is the corona, okay? The corona around the sun, the corona around the moon, the corona around any light that is shining, okay? So you have a corona around your body. That's your magnetic energy field that's around your body, okay? That's the corona of your spirit, of your body. You see what I'm saying? So the word corona has the word core in it, right? And that's what it represents first. It represents the core first. And then the Rona represent what roams around the surface that's around the core. You see what I'm saying? So what roams around the surface that's around the core is the corona. And that is the light of the spirit, which represents the soul, which represents the morning star, which represents the halo, okay? The magnetic field around your body is represented also as a halo. You see, all the words in connection, that's what it is, okay? So the Grand Reaper, he comes down and take your corona, just like he been doing in all these old people's home, okay? They've been getting their elderly out the way. Why? Because them coming for your corona represents spiritual warfare, okay? Which is a war on your consciousness. Information wars and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? But more than anything, they're coming to steal your light. Who's coming to steal your light? The enlightened ones, of course. The Illuminati. Who do you think run you and rule you? Greek mythology. You see what I'm saying? That's who's coming to steal your light. You see what I'm saying? Roman deities. That's who's coming to steal your light. So, like I said, the Reaper come and take the corona, which is the core of the corona is the spirit. And the soul, the energy, the fire, is around the corona. You see? So understand that America chose to use that name because they was placing that with this. And they was sending it out as a transmission and as a signal to their people to get ready. And this is why you see their people running, getting all kind of food and toilet paper, right? You know, you got other people doing it too, right? But a lot of people are like, why is they tripping off toilet paper? You know, toilet paper ain't gonna stop the coronavirus, right? Nah, they get in the toilet paper because they caught the signal. They know that this is spiritual wartime. They know this is Armageddon. You see what I'm saying? And we just gotta read the signs. And if we read the signs, we probably can get ahead of this thing. So I'm not doing this to pump any fear in nobody or to make anyone scared, because the word scared is actually the word sacred. And if you're scared, then that's blinding you from what's sacred. That's holding you back from what's sacred, okay? They spelled exactly the same. So there's no reason to be scared, because if you're scared, you're shutting your eye. Open up all the way and see what's going on around you. You know what I mean? Become aware of what's happening, okay? So I just showed you guys the decoding of corona. I just showed you guys that that is not the original name for it. So why did America choose to use that name? And I'm showing you guys that right now, okay? And now I'm going to show you guys why they also chose to use that name right here, okay? So when you go look up Chronos or the Grim Reaper, right, and find out the Grim Reaper's origins, let me show you what you're going to find. And here it goes. For thousands of years, various cultures have had figures to represent death. One of the most common and enduring of these is the Grim Reaper, usually a skeletal figure, who is often shrouded in a dark, hooded robe and carrying a scythe to reap human souls. And human souls is the corona that I'm talking about, okay? But how and when did this imagery come to be associated with death? The Grim Reaper seems to have appeared in Europe during the 14th century. It was during this time that Europe was dealing with what was then the world's worst pandemic, the Black Death, believed to be the result of the plague. It is estimated that about 1/3 of Europe's entire population perished as a result of the pandemic, with some areas of the continent suffering far greater losses than others. So there you have it. If the coronavirus, which is named after Kronos, is connected to pandemics and black plagues and black death, then there you go. You see, they didn't told on themselves. It's just if you're smart enough to see it. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is the other part of the decoding of the corona. First, I'm going to show you guys the corona around the eye. So you have the clear layer that's around the whole eye. That's called the sclera, okay? And then you have the clear layer that's just around the iris, and that's called the cornea, okay? Now, that is the corona of the eye. And that's also known as a lenticular halo, okay? So they recognize it as a halo, which is the same thing as the sky. So the corona is recognized as a halo. And I just wanted to show you guys this part too, just to show you guys that the eye aspect is connected to it. And this eye is also on the pyramid, which is the eye of Horus too, is supposedly be, right? It's supposed to be. So I wanted to show you guys that this means to be vigilant. This is what they're telling their people, to be vigilant right now, okay? And that's okay, because we all should be vigilant. You see what I'm saying? Everyone should be vigilant. But I want my people to catch the transmission and the signal too as well, okay? So that's the cornea, which is also represented as the corona of the eye, which is also called a lenticular halo. So now I'm going to puzzle this with this real quick for y'all, okay? Right now, before this even happened with this disease spread, our economy was crashing, okay? And when our economy crashed, everything's going to go chaotic. We already know that, just like in what I call Venezuela. Yeah, so everything's going to go chaotic, right? So when they send out the word corona, they are sending a signal out, a transmission out to their people to also tell them that a big problem is going on with the money, with the capstone of the pyramid, okay? Which is, you see the pyramid on the dollar bill, right? And on the capstone, it shows the lit up corona around it, right? So this is a warning and a signal to them that something is going on with the money right now and to get ready, okay? So like I told y'all in the first video about the corona, right? I told y'all I believe they put out the disease, right? And yeah, I told you guys that they put out the disease and they knew that their name was patent. They knew China's name was patent on that disease, right? So now they're suing them for $20 trillion, okay? Now, I don't think they're going to really be able to retrieve that money, so they're going to try to get everyone, or they're going to try to make it where they can go to war with them. Pretty much what they call a skirmish. They're doing a skirmish right now, okay? So the corona that's around the dollar bill is to tell everybody or their people that, hey, we don't know how this is going to turn out, so get ready, okay? So I just want to show y'all that the corona is around the capstone. The capstone represents the soul, okay? Which lines up with the sun, the soul. You see what I mean? Y'all putting this together, okay? Because I want people with bigger platforms to get a hold of this, and I want this to get spread out there, y'all. This ain't about my YouTube channel. I don't give a damn about this channel. I give a damn about this channel. You see what I'm saying? All I care about is this message getting to the people so we know what we're dealing with firsthand. There's no reason for everybody to be in the blind. You see what I'm saying? So y'all can thank me for that later, okay? But I'm just letting y'all know what the real is. So that's the bottom line right there. So like I showed you guys on my last video, how I believe America is the one that put it out. To me, this is showing you that they put it out. Look how much energy they're putting into this. Look how they're connected it to their deities. And look at what they're saying it is. They chose to name it the coronavirus when it's really the Wuhan virus. Okay? And they left it up to you guys to do the homework and see what their transmission and signal that they were sending out. I say to their people, but they sent it out to the world because if you're smart enough, him with eyes, let him see. Then him with ears, let him hear. You see what I mean? So there you guys have it. This is the decoding of it. Okay? So everybody just use your common sense and wake up. That's it. This ain't even gotta be no long video. Just use your common sense, wake up, and everybody start coming together and being part of this thing that's going to get the evil out of the system. You see what I'm saying? Period. Simple as that, man. All right? I'm not going to make this long at all because that ain't what this is even about to me. I'm just putting out messages, hoping that people that got platforms that got like millions and 50,000 viewers and shit like that, I hope they take these messages right here and spread them out to the people, okay? Oh yeah, one more thing before I go though. This news clip just came out, okay? And I was telling you guys this yesterday on my last video, all right? So now China's coming out letting people know that no, America's doing this. And it makes perfect sense because why would China do this? They're already winning. They're already beating the hell out of them just by dealing with their own self and getting their money. You see what I'm saying? So why would they do this? You see, they just not won the trade war. They don't want no problem. Nobody want to go to war with America. You see what I'm saying? America got all the fucking weapons in the world. Who want to go to war with America? Who want to go to war with the beast? You see what I'm saying? So I don't believe China did this. I believe we did this. And I also believe we did this because of the name that we called it. And they named it after a Greek mythology and Roman deity like this is some kind of game or something. But really what they're doing is they're calling on their ancestors, okay? And they're doing that little witchcraft and sending spirits out into the world to back up their agendas. That's what's going on. That's what this is. So here, I'm going to let you guys watch this little news report real quick and watch them go back and forth playing the blame game or whatever, okay? So check this out.
For 3 months now, we've been tracking the coronavirus outbreak from Wuhan in China, with the first ground reports from the epicenter. So let us be the first to tell you what China is spreading now. It exported the virus, and now it is exporting lies, disinformation. Tonight on Gravitas, we will lift the veil on Beijing's propaganda push. How China is trying to confuse the world on the Wuhan virus, whitewash the facts, change the narrative, and sow doubts about the origins of the coronavirus. Here is China's propaganda playbook. It's been hit by a barrage of criticism and is now pushing alternative facts. Yes, there is such a thing, alternative facts. Euphemism for lies, you could say. Chinese diplomats, backed by the state machinery, are promoting different conspiracy theories. They are contesting the claim that the coronavirus originated in Wuhan. We've discussed this before on this very show. This claim from a Chinese diplomat, he says the coronavirus came from America, not from Wuhan. The US Army got it. This theory has been pushed multiple times by Chinese Foreign Ministry Deputy Spokesperson Zhao Lijian, the same diplomat, by the way, who has blocked WION on Twitter after our critical coverage. Chinese state media is now boosting this claim. Look at this post. It raises 3 questions that America must answer, it says, painting an image that Washington is trying to hide something. It's a textbook case of gaslighting. China commits an epic blunder. a criminal one, and is now shifting blame to save face. If you cannot convince, confuse. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has asked Beijing to stop.
This isn't a time for blame. This is a time to solve this global problem. We're focused on that today. It's where the G7 members spent all of their time. But every one of the nations that was at that meeting this morning was deeply aware of the disinformation campaign that the Chinese Communist Party is engaged in to try and deflect from what has really taken place here.
Every country is deeply aware of China's disinformation campaign, he says. What did China do in response? Manufacture a second conspiracy theory from its propaganda factory. A report by the Chinese state broadcaster blames Italy for the virus. China says the disease first appeared in Italy before the outbreak in Wuhan. Italy, by the way, is the worst affected country after China. More people have died in Italy than in China. China is sending lots of relief material to Italy, and this help, as we can see, comes with strings attached. Along with the aid packages, China is also sending blame for the origin and the spread of the virus to Italy.
So on that note, I'm going to let you guys be the judge for yourself. I know what a liar looks like. And these people use propaganda and Orwellian speech all the time. Go look up Orwellian speech, okay? That's what our government is using, okay? It's worse than propaganda, but it's pretty much another form of it. But the Orwellian speech, go look that up. You see? And this is what they're doing. They're lying and they're using propaganda, and these people are devils, period. They're devils, okay? And I'm not saying just because they're white. I'm saying because these people, look at what they're doing. They just killed hella elderly people and called it the coronavirus, the coronavirus. Come on, this ain't even funny. You see what I'm saying? So everybody just wake up, you know what I mean? It's on y'all now. The ball's in your court. Wake up.